Well, what's going on, everybody? This is Roster of the Burbank Misfits. And of course, I'm always joined with my wonderful co host, CW.
I'm boiling some pasta.
So that sounds disgusting.
Well,
on a side note, speaking of pasta, before we get to this episode, y'all, you should come get this box of pasta that I have in my kitchen. Because it's gonna sit there or it's gonna go in the trash. And I don't eat pasta, so
wait, why do you have pasta?
because it was given to me because we did an event, me and my team did an event, and we just bought a whole bunch of food, and one of them purchased pasta noodles,
Oh,
and yeah, and so it's just there, and I don't eat it. And since all of them were going back out the state, you know, I don't like to throw away food unless it's definitely not going to be good. So there's that. So everybody, we've been gone for about a good month. I'm sorry, y'all. Like I went on a little vacation, a workcation for all these.
it's been a long time. Shouldn't have left you without dope shit to listen to.
Yeah, I tried to give them those stuff to listen to. People had got scenes. People had to work. People had to make money, and because we don't pay people, we can't expect them to say, "Okay, I want to do this podcast and not get my $13K or whatever they get paid for whatever shit they're doing." You know,
Did you say 13K?
I said or whatever.
That was a nice number.
Yeah, a lot of people get paid more depending on who they are or whatever. But hey, everybody, we are currently nominated for an Urban X Award. This is our second porn nomination. We're getting some type of notoriety. Like honestly, I've seen the other nominees for this award, and I know a few of them, and I've been on two of them myself. So there's a lot of good people up for the awards.
Nobody likes me anyway.
Huh?
Nothing.
You said no one likes you.
Nobody. No, I didn't say that. I did not say that. Said I don't get invited to podcasts like Rostar does.
Well, the thing is this.
I'm just messing around.
For one of them, I just happened to be in the room, and I said some stuff off camera because it was necessary.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one, the main host for that show, India Morale, she was sick, and the other person, and the Mr. Ralph Terry, friend of the show, needed a host.
Yeah, Ralph Terry. What? Wow.
Huh?
We need to be invited on more other podcasts. What the fuck did I just touch? Oh, well.
Yeah, so I was on those too, and I know inside the industry, as with James and my homegirl does Girls Gone Wireless, which I found out, which is weird. This year is really weird for the award show because like I was looking at all the nominees, there is a porn site called Girls Gone Wireless, and there's a podcast called Girls Gone Wireless, and they have nothing to do with each other. And then there's a new performer. His name, huh?
I wonder if that'll be an issue down the line.
I mean, I don't know which one is newer. I think they started about the same time.
Oh.
I mean, as long as the name isn't copyrighted, you can get away with a lot of stuff.
Based.
And then, like, I know, like, right now, like, in this awards, is two people named Apollo that are up for awards right now.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, they are, one is, like, a straight up, like, he does straight porn. And the other one, he does nothing but gay porn. And they have the exact same name.
Two different guys.
Yeah. So, yeah, same name. And it's like,
So
don't you double check your
this Apollo and La Jabetiqua Apollo.
Come again? I'm confused.
Hmm?
You say what?
I said Sis Apollo and La Jabetiqua Apollo.
Yeah. I mean, they look complete because, like, the Apollo who does straight up gay porn, he he is black. I think the other Apollo is like a Mexican.
I
Or
wonder if somebody. Wow. Oh, well, I don't know why I said wow, but that's interesting. Congratulations to all the nominees.
yeah. And it's what the thing is I love is like so many people who I know really deserve it because they've been putting in a lot of work are nominated this year. And I wish them the best because like a lot of times they don't get the nerd right they deserve. So yeah. So y'all hearing this now, go vote for us and we'll put the award at where CW sleeps at night.
On the
We'll put it
streets.
we'll put it right at his feet. And everybody who comes to his place is like, oh, what is that? He's like, I'm an award winning mother sucker. Oh good. Wherever gets plug talk though, so I don't know. But so yeah, we'll see how that works out. Oh, but one big thing, y'all. Since we are going, but like we are on video, we're on video this week because of complications. People got stuck in a different state when they were going to do the podcast. We're going to have our next podcast be a very interesting one, and the video for it will only be available on OnlyFans or our Patreon. So you will have to like it's free to subscribe to our OnlyFans, but the video will cost. And all money raised from that video goes to a company in North Hollywood and a company in North Hollywood that promotes
Please buy the video.
that promotes fitness and health. It will be and getting in shape. And the video will be an all a video of all new podcasts. And our currently the only guest right now we have for it is Sarah Lace. It might increase between now and when we actually record it. But it'll be an all new video, and I don't know how long it'll be because we got to make it somewhat interesting. So you might actually enjoy the video. And I just finalized two of the one of the designs that we're going to put on our shirts, and I got the contract from everybody. So officially, this darn site is going to be up this weekend, hopefully before this episode airs, where you can buy the shirts and stuff. It
Do we
was
have
one
the shirt in
design,
yellow?
huh?
Do we have the shirt in yellow?
We might be, yeah. I think you can put it in yellow. I didn't, but it depends on what design you want. Because we have one that says Misfit. What was that
Activity.
shirt? Activity. Thank you. Misfit Activity, and it's one that I have to like what we're doing now. That just says the Misfit Effect. I also have shirts that have been approved now of Samantha Lexi, the one that we took of her. I have pictures of Sarah Lace. Um, and Kitty Jaguar. This week or Sunday, I'm taking pictures of
Pills?
no, I'm taking pictures. I'm taking pictures of
Yeah.
oh yeah, they're in my hand because I always have something to do like holding my hand when I'm recording on this side. We're taking pictures of Skylar Madison on Sunday, and so those pictures will be on the shirt as well. So you will be able to get pictures that we've taken, uh, yeah, that we've taken either by our peach tree or under it or just in general or in a hotel room, and purchase them. And it'll just say your favorite star name on there with the picture that we've taken. And will only be like it's not going to be pictures taken by any other person, but it'd be a good little thing to wear around. Some of the shirts will be, really PG-ish. So you don't have to worry about, where you wear them. I'm sorry, that would turn my phone off.
Safe public. They're safe
Yeah.
public.
NSFW. So matter of fact, the person who just texted me, when they get better, and they pictures of them too. So we got a few things we have a few things coming up. So yeah, I just really look forward to it. But there's a few things that we do want to talk about that might, cause, conversation that might, go a little time. So I'm gonna just jump into it for a second. So today, so we're recording this on Thursday. I'm sorry, yeah, Thursday. And today, the Supreme Court, kind of overturned affirmative action. And like
Clarence Thomas is like, yeah.
yeah, him and the other judge, I'm sorry her name with my brain right now, got into a heated discussion, like a heated argument. Because like she sees the detriment in getting rid of it. And you see all these Republicans saying, "Oh yeah, it's good, it's gone." And it's like, really? And then even y'all former president is screaming, yes, affirmative action is gone. We the people did a great thing. I'm talking about trumping. Like he posted up like 2 hours ago how excited he was to get rid of it. And it's like, people fail to understand like the importance of why it exists.
Yeah, a lot of white women are about to be mad. That's what I
So
was saying.
why do you say that?
Because affirmative, you don't think affirmative action affects them? They don't know that it affects them. You don't think women and like more women in the workplace, circle quota for women or hiring women is not affirmative action? It's all like all minorities benefit from affirmative action. So that includes white women. And, a lot of them like, yeah, we got rid of affirmative action. It's like, yeah, so, that job somebody might have been getting, nobody's even going to, they're going to maybe definitely not consider her. Shot yourself in the foot.
Well, I know. I'm looking on Twitter right now. Uh, Whoopi Goldberg was talking about it today. And by the way, I was talking about Judge Kenyatta Brown Jackson. That's who Clarence Thomas got into it with. But Whoopi Goldberg was talking about how it affects white women the most.
Yep.
And it's just, we always talk about what I think here's the thing that doesn't that hurts my brain
Mm-hmm.
is that so many people are always arguing about, women deserve equal pay to do this and that, or women deserve this and that. And then you have women in power say, well, no, they don't deserve to get this, they don't deserve to get that. And it's like, when it comes to certain things, in my opinion, like let's say for example, me,
Ross
let's
Star's libertarian. I just want you guys to know.
I'm a libertarian, so I am a strong libertarian. But here's my viewpoint on a lot of different things, and you could say it's from my libertarian thing isms or whatever. If CW is he does one thing and a female does the exact same thing, they deserve the exact same pay. Now, if you look at it from if CW is a pro basketball player, this is just from this scenario, he's a pro basketball player, okay, and that you know how much they generate, whatever. Yes, their pay scale will be higher because of the work that he's doing in that professional field. However, I believe that the money that is garnered should be the same way in the WNBA because it's not. Because they don't get a percentage of merchandise sales or what like stuff things like common things like that that the NBA players get. And I find that like I
Mhm.
believe that should be allocated back to them in that manner, which would increase their pay, you know. But it also feels that because you can't like if CW works for like a company that generates 3 billion a year, and you you're a basketball person, and you generate 3 million a year. I'm not saying like I think generate way more than that. I'm using as an example. You're not going to get the same amount. So in that scenario, yes. But if you're working for the exact same freaking company, you should get the exact same amount if you are in the exact same field, if you are in the exact same position. If you hire 10 people and five of them are men, five of them are women, and they're doing the exact same thing for this specific thing, they should get paid the exact same amount. And you
As
should
low as
not,
possible.
huh?
As
I
low
mean,
as possible, right,
I mean,
Ross Star?
that's what I don't control. I'm not telling them what to pay them. Telling them it should be equal what they pay them.
True.
We're talking about equality and affirmative action. What it's going to hurt is the fact that you might like you're not required to hire even if Jen is more qualified than Bill, but because you have a prejudice
You
against
like fuck these hoes.
having
I don't
women in your company,
hire no women.
you don't have to hire her. If you know if Jim can be more qualified than Bob all the way, but you think that Jim is in the LBGT Q+ community, you don't have to hire
Large
him.
LGBT quoi?
Huh?
Large LGBT quoi?
Yeah, you don't have to hire him. When it comes to higher education, the nonsense that happened, and this is interesting because this could play a part in it too. Aunt Becky, I can't think of her real name right now. The scandal that she was a part of, they can get away now with some of the stuff that she was doing in order for her kids, her children to be in school for the stuff that they did, you know, and she wouldn't be in trouble because of it because it's no longer you are so used to barring people from attending school. You can just go back and doing the same thing, you know. And I don't know if CW was at IU when this happened, but I think this was my freshman year. But on my freshman year on my campus, it was a big thing about affirmative action. And basically they were selling cookies on in a university campus. And they made it so like
Oh, I think I
if
was there for that.
you were there when they were selling cookies for 25 cents if you were black, I think it was 50 cents if you were Hispanic, 75 cents if you were Asian, and $1 if you were white. And I'm like, oh my God, they missed the entire freaking point
Yeah.
of they missed the entire freaking point of what it is, you know.
It
It's
really
just that. Go ahead.
no. Well, actually, kind of. I don't know. I don't know. I can't say.
Like I understand what they were trying to say,
They
but
got to come at it backwards. Like they
yeah,
really didn't understand why affirmative action. Like it's it's
but they were speaking out
it's
against it.
really that cookies cost $1. All of you have $1, and a lot of these other people have 25 cents. And what affirmative action does says, hey, we're kind of gonna give a few other people 75 cents so they can buy a cookie too. But it's only gonna be a couple people buying cookies.
It's just like, and I try my darndest to fully understand the reasonings that things are currently going the way that they are. But, it just baffles me that the current secretaries, the Supreme Court justices are currently just unraveling all the things that they just personally don't agree with from a political standpoint.
Well, I mean, it's mostly it's mostly conservative now. So,
I mean, yeah,
so
and most of the stuff they said they wouldn't do is the main thing that they're getting rid of first. Like the very first thing that they said they want to do, I am not going to come for Roe v. Wade. And the very first thing they got rid of was Roe v. Wade. It's like they couldn't wait, you
yeah,
know?
I mean, hey, lifetime appointments they can get kind of tricky.
I mean, some of them really, really just need to sit back and watch these walls can talk. Like just
Wow,
and
roll
understand
back.
and understand it. I mean, I'm just saying, and like especially
But
especially the
I don't think you get it, bro. I mean, you get it, but it's a numbers game. You know who has the
heck,
most emotions?
heck, and secondly, they should watch if these can walk talk. If these walls can talk, they're like, yeah, I can't get it out now. If these walls can talk too, also with everything else you're getting upset about.
Yeah.
That one is about the LGBT one also. And I'm still sad about the first story, if you remember it. That was the one with the old couple and her mate passed away, and because she wasn't family, even though they were together, they didn't tell her anything because of the time. That bothered me. That bothered me for a while. I was like, whenever I think about that movie, that still bothers me. I'm just a little sentimental, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
I forgot what I was saying.
But yeah, it's just like they just constantly are attacking certain things that have been around for a long time that made life better for people. And they keep saying, well, my Bible, my God, like, you know, we left, well, um, people left a country trying to, yeah, yeah, people left a certain country trying to, escape religion prosecution, whatever. And the thing is like, even though I understand, like,
But I think we forget that too. I
yeah,
think we forget part of that was because if you think about religiously, they were like religious freaks, like extremists. They were
yeah,
more religious. It's like the Taliban found a country.
yeah. And the thing is like, it's so much is back in England around that time, whatever, the church dictated the way of life for everybody. That is one of the main reasons that they didn't want to be here anymore. you can add in taxes, and people are complaining about taxes now and wanting to get rid of the IRS, and that's one thing that my party does talk about a lot is abolishing the IRS, but not for the same reasons that other parties are talking about getting rid of the IRS. It's because they don't want to pay taxes. Because they feel like I earned this, I shouldn't have to pay more. But I don't know, CW. It
I
just
mean,
about it just like I understand like yeah, you do work hard for what you make, whatever, and but that doesn't negate the fact that um some people are trying to work hard too. But in order for the cycle of society to work, taxes are necessary. Sorry,
yeah,
necessary
these poor
for
people, as soon as they're able to get to middle class, they start paying taxes.
yeah. I mean, and like and like everybody who has a job pays taxes, and it's
Yeah.
just like they just may not pay as high as you, but you still want good roads. You still want that's why they always say like if you go to a poor like if you live in a poor neighborhood, the schools are really bad. Just because, the money from taxes paid the teacher set the underpaid
Pays
teacher
for a lot of
salaries.
stuff. Yeah, property tax.
Yeah, and because, they have, short staff and or they're not given the amount of books or like it hurt it made me sad when I realized like many public schools like they don't like the teachers have to pay for all the stuff that's in their classroom. So you telling me like all the extra like if you had a really good teacher and that teacher had like stuff all over their classroom and it looked very pretty and it was like decorated so well, they pay for that out of their pocket. The school doesn't give a dang. So as long as they attend and they are counted as being in the classroom, that's all
Mhm.
they care about because they get money via that. They get money just because a student is there. They could give two flying Fs um, if they are learning anything. And because the cycle of learning isn't on high priority for these people, they rather keep them like where they're at because as the riches get richer, the poor is getting poorer, and like when it comes to this freaking affirmative action crap, it's like we want to even give you less than what you have because we don't want you peasants getting an opportunity to equal to where we're at.
I mean, yeah, yeah. But now white dudes won't have any excuse when they don't get that job.
Oh no, they already that those damn illegals. They're still gonna try to blame illegals in some way,
You might be right.
even if they're legal, just because they are of Mexican descent. They're illegal.
So political, George.
I'm just saying, and like, and this is not me attacking any other religion, race. They don't like the they pick on every race for different reasons. They don't it's like when it comes to Asians, they pick on them saying that they are people who bring certain
Wait. Huh?
certain
What?
huh?
What'd you say?
Everybody I said they pick on races for different things. Like people like people they try to attack races for different things. When it comes to Mexicans, like even if you could have been born in Ohio,
You mean Latinos or Hispanics
Latino,
or
Hispanic, yeah,
of the tribe?
yeah.
Slippery slope. Slippery slope. You still want to talk about this?
Let me get there. And I said like it hurts my brain that no matter who they are, where they're from, they want to call them illegal, and it's not fair. It's not right. That's what I'm trying to get at. And then they find something with everybody's race to find something wrong with them, and I find it really, really messed up. We look at a black person. Oh, he's lazy, a criminal. He has a history of doing like he must or she must have a history of doing this.
Wait, huh? Say that
Unless,
again. What?
huh?
Keep
They look
going.
at a, huh?
No, go.
Yeah, and and I can't speak for others' experience, whatever, but it's just like what goes on, and it's crazy, you know. And many of the things that I feel that they're currently are going to attack, and the judges right now are going to attack everything that has to do with racial equality or things like that. Anything that gives a sniffle of anything to do with race. And you can already see that with them banning the books and stuff like that. California had to make a law to make it illegal for you to try to ban a book. You know, and it's sad that it had to come to that, you know.
Yeah.
And like that is what like the presidential election is going to be interesting on the red side because of it. Because right now DeSantis is trying to make it so like a lawsuit against him that's currently going on isn't held until after the election in 2025. He's currently trying to postpone somebody suing him.
Oh yeah, probably a bunch of stuff will probably come out from that.
Well, no, he just no, someone's like Disney is suing him because
Yeah.
he's using his little political power to go against their company's beliefs, whatever, which is technically like illegal, you know. Then you have Donald, who's currently, you know, going through, you know, everything that he's going through.
No, I don't know. Tell us.
Well, Donald Trump is being sued for having taken home uh, top secret files from the White House. And these files were just stored in like a bathroom, his office, and he used to from what I understand, he used to brag about having them and said like, you know, when I took them home, when I took them out the White House, I declared like they became declassified. But and then some of these files were just in a same box with his drawers and stuff like that.
He's like, wow. He's like, I do what I want.
And you know, and the crazy thing is, I am more fearful of DeSantis becoming president than Donald Trump getting a second term.
Yeah, I understand that.
Like it's sad to say I would prefer Trump over DeSantis if I had to pick between the two. If those are only two candidates, I would prefer Trump over DeSantis. Anyway, back to not that. I just feel that when there's something else is going to come out, and because I've seen other senators come out and say, or representatives say Now let's do uh, Brown versus Board. That's not right.
Do what?
Right. Uh, the Board of Education.
Brown versus the Board of Education?
Yeah, I was right there. Yeah, Brown versus Board. They said let's overdo that one. That was what they were talking about. Like two senators wrote that one, saying let's overturn that one. And I'm like, knowing the current makeup of the current Secretary of I keep
The
saying
Supreme Court?
Secretary, Supreme Courts, whatever, they just might try to do it.
Bro, I don't care about Brown versus Board of Education. I now look at it. I think what did Martin Luther King Jr. say? A fear of integrated my people into a burning house. I think if they want, I mean, it'll take a lot of effort on all our parts collectively. But if they want to have, bring back like segregation, especially when it comes to schools, then we make our own schools. We go back to what we did before.
Then that would,
because we just been getting scraps, bro.
I understand that, but I believe it would get a lot worse.
I mean, it could. But here's the thing. I don't think, I feel like, social was pretty cool. I don't know. I just don't think like integration worked for us. Like forcing like us. I think maybe I don't know. I can't say for the time because it seems like it was a pretty fucking rough time. So you want to be able to be in places and, change people's minds, and things are a lot different. This is the best time to be alive. That's for sure. So I just think,
I mean, like a lot of stuff that was
they've been showing us, and we just gotta do our own thing. And there's still people in power, and we can still make our own companies. We can still open up Montessori schools or, charter schools and stuff like that on our own.
Yeah.
All we have to do is pass. And the really thing about it is like with curriculum, you just have to have certain standards and shit. Actually, we don't even have, because if we're not doing that, it doesn't have to have certain standards. If a school is teaching all Black children, if all the Black kids go to a Black school, in a lot of ways, think about how many people are, if you look at older people, a lot of them are more proud to be Black. Like, because one, different images, but they cultivate that image of like who they are a little bit more when they're growing young. So I think maybe if they constantly want to kind of push us out, then we need to circle the wagons, just like every other ethnic minority does. Have our own schools until it's time for us, till we're ready to deal with the outside. If that makes sense.
But the one thing that, like, I feel that, especially with this affirmative action thingy, to circle back to it, that when many of them try to go to higher education, it'll be very difficult.
How?
Very difficult for them to,
to go to what? These predominantly white institutions?
Because there's only so many, like,
don't want
if they
anyway?
go to HBCUs, there's so many HBCUs.
Yeah.
And they always struggle. And so many of them just close.
True. But if
and then they're gonna these HBCUs aren't gonna lower their costs to go there to attend And what's going to happen next is
That
the fact
that's true.
that they're
It'll
not
be
going to get
hard,
the money to go.
bro. I just don't think it makes sense. I don't really like. Okay, they're getting rid of affirmative action. I mean, one, I think if you look at it now, these motherfuckers care about the money. And they don't care about where it comes from. Now they don't care. I mean, like a lot of people talk about this, like it's mostly Asian students on campus anyway. So I just think that we need to maybe as a group, like I said, abandon like, oh, do your own thing until it becomes a place to go. But then like people want to go to predominantly white institutions. And I think there's enough HBCUs for people to attend, especially if we got remote.
I mean, they're way back. They're back.
And then think about that too. If it's like, okay, if they really did that and you really put that in people's minds that, oh, they don't want us at our schools, then where do your top sports athletes go to? They're only in the hands of HBCUs. So I don't know. If that goes through, I think it might change things. I hope it changes things where, you know, I don't know. We as a group of people can be more self-reliant because it's very telling with these decisions of how people feel about us. And if you don't have political power or monetary power to buy political power, then well shit. They're like, fuck you then. So maybe this is the thing to tell us, like maybe we need to just figure out a way to do our thing so we can make the money to buy the politicians and have the power.
Yeah, but I think we'll be shooting ourselves in the foot.
Shooting ourselves? I mean, we're always asking for a fucking handout, and I'm fucking tired. Like, please don't do this to us. And it's like, we're in a fucking world economy now. You don't act, you can live in America and not have to rely on completely American money or making your money here. Like, what I think people need to like really get into e-commerce. I mean, shit. We need to build sustainable systems for ourselves as a group. Like, and then we'll see. Then we'll see. Now, if a whole thing happens like, Tulsa or something again, then well, shit. Maybe we should just leave.
I mean, yeah. So, I just think a lot of stuff is going to get a whole lot worse before it gets better. That's just my opinion on that.
Yeah, that could definitely be possible.
But I do. What was the other thing we was going to talk about? I'm sorry. It was something else that we spoke about right before we got on here.
I don't know.
We were talking about current events, y'all, and the affirmative action thing just happened, and I don't think we're going to discuss about the submarine exploding. The the memes are interesting. I believe a lot of people are going to aren't going to go to heaven because they're laughing at these memes, but some of them are kind of funny.
They were really funny.
Huh?
It's very morbid gallows humor, but what do you expect? Like, hey, we got a whole history of tales about hubris, thinking you have more control over the elements in the world just because you are a man of means. And then the world shows you. Sometimes by killing you and your friends and your child.
And the child didn't want to be on there.
That's the rip. I don't even want to go on this bullshit. Then got crushed like a fucking sardine can in a sardine can. Fuck.
And how much it cost to go on that thing? What was it? Was it 10K, 20K?
250,000 each.
It was 7 of them, right?
Something like, yeah, shit, 1.5 million to die, right? Or no, that's 1.75. Never mind. Wait, yeah, never mind. 1.75K to die. I mean, million to die. Oh. And there's like hella waivers, so they, their families can't sue. Shit, fuck that. I don't fuck with space or water.
Yeah.
Which is
So wait a minute. So you telling me if they came to you right now and said, Mr. Chandler, we want you to be our fitness trainer while we're in space.
nah, because that don't make sense. Unless you have an artificial gravity environment.
Whatever they said they do.
I mean, how much we paying? I mean, I'm a trainer in space though. That's pretty cool.
we want you to train our astronauts like we train like Goku trains.
And then think about it, like dying in space is different from dying in the ocean.
Yeah, because all the water goes in your unless it's automatic.
Yeah, like you done. As soon as there's something wrong in space, you done.
And then, but like in water, you suffocate, and water in your
or like imagine if they were in that motherfucker and before it imploded, like rivets and shit just started shooting in there, like and water kind of came in there before it started crushing. Or what if it was like
5-15
seconds?
Like if water just this was in there and you're just like you're about to die.
Like this is
Like you just see the water coming in. You can't contact anybody. The circuits are out, and you just see the water, and like it just rises. All you can do is say your last goodbyes, and then you can't leave, and then you're just in there looking at each other, and the water is above you. And then if you're the last one alive, you see all these dead bodies and corpses around you, and you're just anticipating your last breath.
Mm.
That's very moment right there.
But they probably died instantly. Unlike those 750 refugees who died slowly drowned.
Yeah.
And we're paying attention to a bunch of billionaires.
Yeah.
See, I was talking to one of my clients today, and I was saying, like, he's like, I'm worried about now. We're talking about the power now. And I was like, I'm sounding like conspiracy theorist, but it's on purpose. Everything is reading you to pay attention to right now, but then you're not paying attention to what happened, and you're not looking forward to, you're not paying attention to what might happen. You're just they're trying to get you to focus on now, so you don't remember history, so history can repeat itself. And they don't want you to think about the future, because if you think about the future, then you'll do things to ensure your future, which they have plans for you. So if you have plans for the future, then that's no good for them.
That's all history is doing. It's constantly repeating itself.
But I feel like media, especially now, even the government, everything is pushing you to decrease your attention span and decrease your foresight and your ability to learn from your mistakes, or decreasing your ability to learn from your mistakes.
We're constantly going in a flux of backwardisms.
Really? Because I feel like, think about, like, because of technology, I feel like a lot of people's attention spans are where at another time you had to. There was no other way for you, either didn't do it or you had to concentrate. And yes, there's people that have certain issues that's difficult, but they at least had to try. Now things are given into such a fast in such rapid fire that people that had larger attention spans and ability to focus have decreased ability to focus. And then kind of the people that couldn't focus anyway, they're fitting in the pocket. But then even there's no trying to be able to increase their attention span or increase your ability to focus without like something that somebody's telling you as a drug or something like that. You know, like get somebody to read a fucking 400-page book. A book, like with paper. It's hard. It's hard.
I agree. So no,
Get somebody to watch a fucking 10-minute video.
I mean, I think it's easier to get the video than to get the book.
I mean, I can still like I can pay attention. Well, depending, I can pay attention to things for hours, but I noticed that like my attention span for certain things are like nothing, and I know it's because of the things I consume. And
it's
I don't
also what interests you, you know.
Yeah, but I don't think that's on. I think that's purely intentional outside of me. I feel like, you know, they call it television programming for a reason. Like, think about this too. Like, okay, we were worried about the billionaires. That was sensational. And then the refugees. And then that's already out of the news cycle pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, people had to feel bad because they're like, oh, damn, Obama reminded us. Ah, damn, that is fucked up, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Everything's a mess. But in recent news, I guess Dame Dash said Gary is a gold mine.
Huh. In what way?
I mean, I believe it's a gold mine because think about location, the rising cost of housing, and then like give it enough time, Gary will be a suburb of Chicago in the right direction. Because what? You can take the train or you can drive. It's not that far. And especially if you can get a house, you know, half as cheap, half as as expensive as a house in Chicago, you got to do it. I've been telling my friend, one of my friends, to get a house for years, and she just hit me up like, I should have been listening to you. Like people are buying shit up there.
Yeah, I was telling someone in May, because I was in Gary in May, and we were just driving around, and I was telling them that they were just giving away houses a few years ago in Gary, like for $1.
Yeah.
And I was telling
Yeah.
like we were saying like how cheap these houses are, especially if you just buy them up. And like, yes, Gary has a rough areas, but there are some good areas of Gary that if you just buy them up and fix them up nicely, you can generate a lot of money.
Yeah.
So, you know, it can come. Huh?
Raw Star. Let's go buy up Gary.
How much is Gary? How much is Gary?
We can get like 30 acres for like 250,000.
The price you put on there though.
What, you think I'm lying though?
No. You said 250K.
Yeah. It's mostly
But
marshland, but
you know why? Like
and I think a cemetery.
we were just talking about the Titanic, not Titanic, but the submarine that went to go see the Titanic. They paid the same amount.
Oh shit.
You didn't even realize they used it.
30 acres or dying in a sub? Shit. I think I know what I would choose.
Yeah, but it's still Indiana.
You don't have to fucking live there.
Oh god, you're right. I mean, like the whole thing is just building it up.
Yeah.
That'd be the only issue.
The thing is, like, I feel like because of our economic situation, just in general for a lot of people, I feel like you really have to, one, we have to check our egos with each other. And you have to do it as a community effort. Like, like somebody should all know how to do one thing so it lowers the cost for everyone, but everybody should be profiting. You know what I'm saying? It's very hard to do it on your own. And I think a lot of people too much want to do it on their own, or like people get greedy when they start making money, and it's hard to come to an agreement amongst a group of people that are doing things individually sometimes.
So I'm looking on Zillow and looking up to buy a house in Gary. And like this is crazy cheap. Like for example, like I'm like them uses this studio, $1,800, 1,500 square feet. Like, yeah, like these houses are really inexpensive. You can just go to Gary and get a 4-bedroom house, 59,000 or 60K, 45K for a 4-bed house. The thing is, I don't know Gary's areas like that, so I don't know if that's in the worst part of town. You probably would know better than me. But yeah, but I can tell like the more expensive ones are more so near like Griffith and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that, which is and I know East Gary. Yeah, there were some of these are in East Gary. That's where you get to the rougher areas of town. Why is there a New Chicago? I didn't know that until just now.
Wow. New Chicago?
Like yeah, so right east of Gary, it's New Chicago. I know East Chicago was above.
Mm, that's weird. I wonder what that used to be called.
The whole area was probably Chicago, and then Indiana just took over the area. You never know.
Well, I
But
mean, I've never heard of New Chicago, so I'm like, did the town change from their name?
it's right above Liverpool.
I don't even know where Liverpool, Indiana is. So.
Right next to Hobart.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right next. Yeah, New Chicago, Indiana. But anyway, well, we can. Well, so yeah, so right now, since we're getting closer to the end of the podcast, right now, we do plan on doing that video next week for y'all. It should be interesting. It should be fun. And if we add more people to it, it will be on our. By the way, New Chicago was founded in 1893.
And 1893?
Yeah.
Oh, I just never heard of it. Sorry, New Chicago.
Yeah, like, but it's 81% white, 2% African American. So it's really one of the
Oh, well,
cities that.
that's, that makes sense.
Mhm. But yeah, so if we add more people to this interesting podcast, it should be interesting. But yeah, all funds go to to this foundation in North Hollywood. It's called this foundation is called CC Fitness, and
Hey.
they what they do is they help people get the body that they want
Without surgery.
without surgery. And I was a client there. I need to go back there. I actually someone was yelling at me 2 days ago to go back there. I didn't tell CW this, but yeah, someone was yelling at me 2 days ago to go back there.
Wow, really?
And yeah. So I might have to make that adjustment again. I know why I stopped going there, and ever since I improved from why I stopped, I just didn't go back, and that is not an excuse. And it's just called being lazy, and I need to stop doing that.
You know what excuses are, Rostar, right?
Oh, I'm very quite aware of what excuses are. You know,
What are excuses?
Excuses are tools that help me look at mind, and those are excuses are something good for anything else. Sir. No, but yeah. So it should be fun. It should at least be an hour podcast that will go up. And if we do garner more individuals there, it might go a little longer depending. Don't expect, other things to go down. It's gonna be a straight up podcast. Just, naked. So just please go to our OnlyFans. It's the same thing, Burbank Misfits. You'll see our one of our logos there. And I don't know the price is gonna be up for there, but it's just gonna be beneficial to our guests and the people who are on air talent. So but yeah, everybody, thanks for tuning in to this one of our, political podcast episodes. But other than that, we will get back into we have a few people lined up to come on right now. Just gotta give them exact dates. And don't forget to vote for us, because if we win, we'll be happy. Just so plug
an award.
So we will see you all next week. Be well, stay blessed, stay amazing, everybody.
Babies.
Hit the wrong button, so it's still going.